Somebody out there is going to get signed and paid real quick.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Do you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100. Thank you.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school boys basketball from Don Reichert Gymnasium here on the campus of Southside High School, just off of Calhoun Street here in Fort Wayne. I'm Thad Goff alongside Andrew Wiss. We should have a fun game tonight, and one thing that kind of separates these two teams is two of the top returning scorers, I should say the top two returning scorers for Southside, play the guard position, Aston Johnson and Austin Jordan. And for Leo, they have two returning starters at the power forward position, DJ Allen and Zach Troyer, who were two of the top scorers last year for Leo. So it could be one of those great guard play versus big man type of matchups. Not that Leo doesn't have some good big men of their own. Certainly Blake Davison comes to mind, but it could be one of those big men versus small ball type of matchups when all's said and done.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think in talking to Coach Cogdale before the game, his emphasis, and this shouldn't be any surprise to anybody getting ready to play Leo this year, is they want to get it inside to their big fellas. And they're a very good passing team. They share the ball well. Now, they are missing, and we'll talk about this throughout the game, they are missing, I believe, 6 varsity players out with COVID, due to COVID protocols, I should say. And so we'll see what effect that has on the game. But they do have, you're exactly right, Allen and Troyer, 6'7", 6'6". So expect them to go inside. Expect those two to crash the offensive glass tonight as well. And we'll see how that plays out. It's going to be the big challenge for the Archers.
Well, Leo is coached by Kerry Cogdell, a very experienced head coach, has had a lot of success in his time at Leo. And J.J. Foster, the head coach at Southside, he was the head coach at Lures before taking this job. He's now in his 4th season as the Archers head coach, had a couple of winning seasons. Last year was a bit of a down year, despite the fact that he had so many high-profile athletes on the court, so many productive athletes on the court. But he built Lures up to a successful program, and that's not easy to do when you're taking over for a coach as good as James Blackman, as he was. But he's had success at Lures, looking to kind of build off of that here at Southside, if you will.
Yeah, both these coaches have, you're right, a ton of experience. Coach Cogdale, I believe this is his 19th season coaching high school boys basketball in Indiana, 17th now at Leo. And Coach J.J. Foster has been coaching as well. He was the head coach at Wayne Girls before that Lures job. And so experience is obviously going to really help both coaches throughout the season as they face different challenges. But I think obviously one unique challenge to them is going to be getting kids ready, getting kids and being able themselves as staff, coaching staffs, to deal with the COVID challenges when you can't practice like you want to, when you can't prepare maybe the way you want to, when guys are going to be out and JV and maybe even freshman players are going to be asked to step up on game day. I think that's going to be the real challenge for these experienced coaches.
Well, while we have a moment, let's go ahead and get in a word from some of our sponsors that allow us to come in and do these games that we get to do here on SummitCitySports.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports, like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, and reliable. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They will help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions and enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwellerContracting.com for more information. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. El Azteca Mexican Restaurant has been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. El Azteca Mexican recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit elaztecarestaurant.com. iCryo specializes in whole-body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in the new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral is needed, saving you both time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more. Well, we got about a minute and a half before we have the national anthem, and one thing worth mentioning here is this Leo team is coming off a sectional championship. Obviously, it was a difficult year with not being able to play regionals or semi-state or state, but Leo, they were able to celebrate a sectional championship, so that's one thing that they'll be hanging their hat on.
Yeah, and we talked about this earlier, that, if I'm a coach on a sectional championship team, any boys program in the state of Indiana, I'm just going to go ahead and get state championship T-shirts printed up because you won your last game in IHSAA tournament play every year in the state of Indiana. That means you're a state champion. So I think if you won, I'm getting those shirts printed up. I'm getting them to my youth. I'm getting them to my basketball camps. I'm spreading them in the community. State champs, Leo basketball. Coach Cogdale, make it happen.
Well, Leo and Southside will go at it in a matter of moments. Back after this here on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
About to have the national anthem here on SummitCitySports.com. Just about to get started as Leo takes on Southside. And worth noting, by the way, one of the starters for Southside, Cadell Wallace, is a freshman. He wears number 10, by the way, so we will see what this freshman can do out on the court, if not tonight, over the course of his career. But we are underway. Leo wins the opening tip.
And shout out, Thad, to the Southside jerseys. I like the uniforms, the little Army fatigues on the side, trim shorts and tops. I'm digging it like a shovel, Thad.
Davison with the drive, and he gets fouled on the inside.
And that was by design. They cleared out the right side for your leading scorer, Blake Davison. And then as he did, Allen really dove to the basket hard. They did that a lot last year. A lot of returning scorers and experience for Coach Cogdale.
Long inbound, almost stolen away, but Groves is able to snag it. Long pass to Davison. And this is Zach Troyer on the baseline, makes his move and puts it in. There's one of the bigs making an early impact, and Leo leads it 2-0.
And it'll be interesting to see if Southside's able to stay man-to-man against this tall, big Leo lineup. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go zone and do it early, in a zone themselves defensively.
Floater by Johnson wouldn't go. And that's Davison who comes down with the board. And Southside does have a couple of 6'5 guys at their disposal, by the way. We'll touch more on that in a matter of moments. This is Aiden Rubel with the basketball. Those 6'5 guys actually are Jerry Thomas and Keith King. Blocked on the inside. Allen thought he had a sure bucket. And racing down the floor is Austin Jordan, but it wouldn't fall.
A nice help side defense that time by the Archers. A throwaway
intercepted here. Like a defensive back by Johnson. And turned right back over. Davison on the run out. Off the glass, a little double clutch. This is Johnson. He was looking down low for Keith King. And the three ball is good. Keith King from downtown.
Yeah, he shot that with confidence, without hesitation. You like that out of your 6'5 athletes.
And now here's Troyer on the other end. Not to fall. And it's Davison who comes down with the loose ball. Is tapped right out back to him. And Rubel with the shot fake. He gets a screen from his big man, DJ Allen. Rubel down the baseline. Groves goes up and under and draws the foul. He'll be going to the line.
Yeah, really good spacing for Leo. Again, even without tonight, no Carson Hart, returning guard starter. No Eric Steger, returning guard starter for the Lions. But again, great spacing and ball movement offensively for Coach Cogdale.
Groves is able to hit the first of two free throws. I mentioned that reference to Ashton Johnson playing like a defensive back. He does play football here at Southside. He's a running back on Roosevelt Norfleet's team.
As he should. Large frame, both he and King.
Keith King at 6'5". He finds Johnson. As a pull-up three, and it's good. Austin Jordan.
And you see some token pressure, a little 2-1-2 here by Southside. Again, Leo without some ball handlers tonight. That was the first thing Coach Cogdale said his group had to do to be successful tonight, was handle the Archer pressure.
So far, all the points for Southside have come from three-point land. We have seen Zach Troyer get an early bucket for the Lions.
And let's see, I think Leo's just trying to get a one-on-one in the basket area. Yep.
Allen was fouled from behind, and that's going to go against number 21 for Southside. That is Jerry Thomas.
And that's got to be the other defenders for Southside. I know it's game one of the season, but they got to be able to sag and see that by design.
Inbound to Troyer. He comes out to the wing. Haven't any substitutions yet. The feed inside to Allen. Little pull-up jumper. No good. Halfway down. And Johnson comes the other way. Finds a man wide open out on the wing. I believe that was Wallace. Jordan left open. Contested at the last second. And that one hit off above the rim, so that's going to be out of bounds back to Leo.
That was a nice hanging find by Johnson. You almost don't want to do that drive and leave your feet in the basket area, especially against the zone, but able to find a crease there And Jordan, you're exactly right. Just a hair off from hitting 2 back-to-back.
They beat the pressure. A little spin move by Troyer, and he splashes it home. And it's a 7-6 lead for the Lions.
And again, unless it's Davison offensively shooting it, expect the ball to go inside every Leo possession.
Johnson short on the 3. He had Allen contesting him the whole way. And they get it inside to Allen. A tough catch. And we're going to get a foul here. It looks as though this is going on Thomas.
And again, you see the intent there to get the ball inside. Coach Cogdale mentioned that. Get it inside. Rubles. Davison obviously will also shoot it. Number 14 for Leo. Groves will also shoot inside-out threes. But you're going to see Troyer and Allen get a lot of touches early.
Well, DJ Allen is on the board for the first time in this game. But a little bit long on the second free throw. Xavier Hollister is in the game for Southside. He wears number 24. A little fake there by Johnson trying to get to the basket. And Jordan was contested there by Davison.
And you like the patience there by Johnson. He got in there, just got low, smart, and strong. Was able to kick it out, got a good shot out of it.
Loose ball comes to Rubel. Feeds it over to Davison for the bucket. Blake Davison scores in transition. Here's a 3 on the other end by Jordan. That's too strong. Davison the board. Blake Davison currently with 4 points. He's going to pull up from downtown. It's no good, but Groves is there for the board. Troyer, the jump hook wouldn't fall. And Cadell Wallace comes out with it. Swings it over to Austin Jordan. The pass knocked away by Allen. And here's Davison back the other way. Blows by everybody.
The sauce by Davison. Now, don't get me wrong, that was senior against freshman, but took him with the inside left-hand dribble spin move. He was setting that up from half court. Loved the sauce by Blake Davison.
Well, while we've got a timeout on the floor, I believe it was taken by Southside. We're going to go to our latest Traction AP replay, and you'll see how this one starts. It starts with a little bit of defense from the Lions. Yeah, DJ Allen getting that big paw up.
Good, and watch that pound dribble with the left really force the defender to move, shift his weight to the middle of the floor. And then we mentioned Sidney Curry a couple of years ago, Thad, putting people on spin cycle and finishing. That time, Davison using the spin cycle to his advantage.
A couple of threes for the Archers. That's been all the points so far. Keith King and Austin Jordan have hit those. Leo is in the zone.
And one thing the zone does is it's really hard to get into a rhythm if you're Southside.
Wallace almost got that one to fall. That one was halfway down, and he dialed that up from long range.
And again, the goal of the zone is to make you shoot those type of shots. Notice that one came before Southside tried to get the ball into the paint.
That's Wallace staying on Davison the whole way. A good job defensively there by the freshman. Check that. It was Groves who lost the handle, and Southside comes out with it. This is Jordan. A little pull-up. He got it. Austin Jordan with the transition bucket.
And again, you see the full court pressure after a make. Having a 6'7" body to throw to in the middle of the floor always helps a press break.
Well, Leo's bigs gave Lures some early trouble in the first round, or check that second round of sectionals last year at Garrett High School. Now, Lures was able to work their way back into that game.
And that is already, Thad, the 6th team foul on Southside. We still have 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Leo going to be shooting free throws for the next 10 minutes of this first half.
Davison wanted the catch and shoot, but a good closeout by the freshman Wallace. The ball is tipped. It's Wallace who comes up with it. It was Hollister who tipped it away. Hollister's going to try a 3-ball. Too strong. There have been a lot of 3-point attempts, but only 2 makes so far. Davison Tough shot. Allen there for the board, and he's fouled. And there's team foul number 7 against Southside.
And notice, every time Southside misses so far, Leo is really able to push. Coach Foster probably less than thrilled with his transition defense after a missed shot on the other end.
So DJ Allen will go to the line. He's 1 for 2 there so far. We've got 1:29 to go. It'll add to the Lions' lead. I believe Allen was the leading scorer of that game against Lures at sectionals last year. He goes 2 for 2 on this trip. Now Lures, try as they might, they had a chance to get back into that ball game, but could not finish the comeback. Nayland Thompson, he being a senior now, helped to will that team back into the game, but it was not enough for the Knights.
And you're like there, the Southside got the ball inside, but again, inside out three, you probably don't mind it. That time, an offensive rebound.
That was Hollister who got the offensive board, and it was Johnson who put it home. Second chance points for the Archers.
And overall, just a much better possession for Coach Foster's squad there. They got it inside, got a good look, forced the defense to collapse a little bit, and found Wallace in the corner for an open jump shot.
1:06 to go as Johnson tries to complete the three-point play. He does.
Dare I say, scooping up the leftovers on the backside board there that time.
A little
Hollister.
Thanksgiving reference.
Could be noodles, could be sweet potatoes still left over. Who knows? That time it was a layup.
Could be a little bit more turkey, depending on how many relatives you might have had over or maybe how big a turkey it might have been.
Gobble, gobble.
Here's Davison looking to go baseline. Throws it away into the hands of Wallace. And that was a good closeout. I believe that was King who closed out on him. Jordan from the corner. That's short.
I was almost yelling, don't shoot it. Get the ball inside when he caught that.
Little Euro step in the basket goes for Aiden Rubel.
Again, Southside's really got to think about getting this basketball inside, get some paint touches, force the referees to blow the whistle.
Jordan. The drive and the floater, and he'll go to the line.
Austin Jordan making me look really, really intelligent right there. Just put it on the deck, couple of bounces, and now he gets to shoot 2 freebies. And Thad, nobody's allowed to guard you when you're at the free throw line.
That was DJ Allen who committed the foul.
It's not a new rule. It's always been that way. Arguably the second best place to score in the game is the free throw line.
Well, depending on how well you're guarded down low, that could be the best or second best. That's probably up for debate. But what's not up for debate is that Austin Jordan just went 2 for 2 from the free throw line, and he is also the Archers' leading scorer for this game.
And again, if you're Southside, it also allows you to put your press on after a made bucket.
Troyer, the turnaround, couldn't get it to go, kept in play, but the Archers come up with it. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. And coming out of the pack with that one was Javante Malone. And he wanted a run-out bucket, but time ran out on him. So we'll start the second quarter when we come back here on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back, everybody. We're just about ready to start the second quarter. Leo with the 16-13 lead, but Southside with a chance to cut into that deficit. Leo looks like they're still in the 2-3.
Yeah, played entire 2-3 zone that entire first quarter, coming out in it. And again, you see at the top now.
Johnson splashes home a three. Well, they haven't stopped shooting it from downtown.
And that's one thing they didn't do well in the first quarter. We're tied up at 16.
Oh, Davison's awful close, but he does get it across the timeline to Troyer. Wide open out on the wing is Caden Miller. Couldn't get the bounce, but an offensive board. And that was number 22, Braden Kennedy. Rubel on the drive. Feeds it to the baseline for Miller. Wide open man, and that three is good, and I believe that's Davison.
You cannot leave him. Nice find there by the freshman, stepping up in the COVID game for Coach Cogdale. Jackson McGee getting some varsity minutes due to 6 players being out right now for the Lions. Did a nice job there dribbling out of the post, finding Davison. That's one guy you do not want to leave if you're Southside.
That one a contested three by Johnson. They're going to say out on Southside. I believe that was Lattimore who came in trying to get the rebound. Yep, Jalen Lattimore, also a defensive lineman on the Southside football team.
Again, that was another possession where Southside did not get the ball into the middle.
But they're going to get it back on that ball thrown out of bounds. They were looking for Caden Miller, but the pass was thrown too high for him. And that full court pressure seemed to have made an impact there. And speaking of freshmen, here is Kidell Wallace back into the game. I believe the Southside girls team also has a freshman starting for them, if I'm not mistaken. Well, maybe not starting, but a freshman who got some good minutes in a game against Northridge earlier this year. Here's Jordan on the drive. A little floater off the glass and no good.
But still, you like that possession better. You got the ball inside a couple of touches.
Wallace was getting stingy there. Troyer had it knocked away. That's Johnson. Feeds it up the floor. Jordan with the left hand. Ripped away by Davison. A little behind the back dribble. His foot hit the line. I don't think he had the ball all the way across. That might be why they didn't call over and back there. And that's just not fair. You've got Troyer on a guard there and Wallace, and the three ball is good by Caden Miller.
And give Leo credit. They found the mismatch, and then give Troyer credit. Didn't attack too soon. Checked the basket area. Saw that help was coming, and McGee, again the freshman, stepping up, hitting the three.
Malone with the feed inside. Contested shot. Comes right back out, and the putback is good by Lattimore. Again, Southside will use that full court pressure. Rubel waits for Wallace to come up to him. I'll tell you, Wallace is a pretty good defender. He may be a freshman, but he's doing a good job on the defensive side. And the Archers force the turnover, a traveling violation. Javonte Malone into the game. And also into the game is Keith King.
And that's one of the benefits for Coach Cogdale, having a 6'7" and a 6'6" frame body in your program, is you can always clog up that middle in this 2-3 zone, as Allen now gives Troyer a breather. And right now, the way Southside's shooting it, you got to imagine you're going to stay in that zone and force them to continue to prove that they can hit those outside shots.
Wallace with a sidestep. His three doesn't fall. Rubel comes down with the rebound. The lob up the floor to Miller, and it bounces off the baseline after it hit his hands. And it looks like Xavier Hollister is going to come back into the game, and he is number 24.
And if I'm Coach Foster, I'm almost demanding that Hollister or King gets a paint touch here. Get some action. Get it inside.
A move to the outside by Wallace. Johnson looking to go baseline. Trying to get it to King. He get it to him in a crowd, and he has to flip it back out to Wallace. The Archers avoid the turnover for the time being. Johnson drew the double team, now kicks it back out to Wallace.
Like the patience here by Coach Foster's group. You've made him play defense now for maybe 30 seconds. Continue to probe, find a good shot, force a whistle.
A contested three by Johnson, that doesn't fall.
And he had tired legs there. Good job by Leo. That's a tough 2-3 zone.
That's a wide open three, but it does not fall. Cam Groves could not have asked for a better look. Wallace going baseline. Leaves it off at the last second, but Hollister couldn't get the roll. Black shirts around the rim almost every time Southside gets the ball inside. And speaking of getting the ball inside, that's DJ Allen.
Yeah, did a great job sprinting the floor there after the defensive rebound. And the other thing the Leo zone really has allowed them to do is stay out of foul trouble. Right now, just 2 team fouls on Leo.
Wallace in and out on the three. And Davison comes down with the board. Miller going baseline. A shot fake and a bucket.
Oh, I like the breaks by McGee. Pumping the brakes, let the defender slide by. Under control. Just a flush.
A 30-second timeout called by the Lions. We'll take one with them on Summit City Sports.
There are tons of benefits to using compression therapy, but my favorite are speeding up muscle recovery, reducing swelling and inflammation, and improving my athletic performance.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the second quarter here at Don Reichert Gymnasium. Leo leading Southside 26-18. And by the way, in case you're wondering who Don Reichert is, he was a head boys basketball coach here at Southside, and not to mention a state champion winning head basketball coach at Southside. Won one of 2 state championships for this boys basketball program. The feed outside to Wallace. Moving the ball through the paint. Jordan had the look, but a good closeout. I think that was Davison who closed out on him, and it was.
Yeah, that zone just got even longer with now Troyer and Allen both on the interior. But again, if you're Southside, there you go. Get it inside, outside.
That's Johnson with the three. It's no good, and the rebound ripped down by Davison. And he's not a big guy by any stretch of the imagination, but he is no doubt physical. Troyer with the finger roll.
And we mentioned they're a good passing team. They share it well, space it well. That time, Allen finding the galloping Troyer right down the lane, the biggest lead of the game for the Lions.
A 10-point lead for Leo as we are inside 2 minutes to play. A shot fake by Jordan. They swing it back outside to Jordan.
And that's good ball movement by the Archers. And it allowed Jordan, excellent decision by him to attack there, force a whistle. And they've gotten really good looks. Even their threes have been better when they've attacked the paint first.
That foul, by the way, was on Cam Groves. That's his second, only the third team foul against the Lions.
It's the first underneath out of bounds look we've seen for the R. We really didn't get a chance to see it as King mishandled the pass from Jordan. And again, you see the 2-1-2 press.
They get it to Troyer. Archers do get back defensively. The feed inside. Allen with the flush.
What a great target to throw to Allen, 6'7" frame, but give Rubel the credit. That was a look-off diagonal find. Might be the easiest two that Allen will get tonight.
This is an 8-0 run that Leo has put together. Jordan backs it out as we approach the final minute of the first half. 2-3 zone by the Lions. Lattimore, the feed out to Malone. Gets it back to Lattimore. Jordan pulls up and drains a three. Boy, did Southside need that. The lob to Allen. The swing to Davison. He's got Troyer posting up down low, and no surprise they get it to him. Troyer got it.
So comfortable down there. Again, had a look in transition, didn't find anything, and so get one of your bigs a touch. And Troyer just comfortable down there, creates the contact, which really creates space for him. And then again, his height and length really just allow him to shoot right over the defense.
We're at 26 seconds. We'll see if Southside tries to drain this clock. And, of course, you don't have the shot clock to worry about in the state of Indiana for high school ball. So you can drain this clock if you're Southside as much as you want to.
And Jordan just hit a three. I think if they can get some penetration, maybe a paint touch and another look, this could be huge.
Jordan not that time. Troyer lost the rebound, got it back. 2 on the clock, 1 on the clock. Davison gets it off and banks it home. An open bank on a Saturday night.
Give Troyer credit. He hit him with an excellent outlet pass, and then you're exactly right. Davison going window to end the second quarter.
Well, with that, we will go to halftime, a 35-21 lead. But before we do, let's go ahead and get in a word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine that allow us to come out and do these games that we get to do. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it is game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. 35-21, it is Leo leading at halftime. We'll be right back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
We are at halftime here at Don Reichert Gymnasium here on the campus of Southside High School. And before we go any further, with Leo leading 35-21, we will show you how this first half came to an end. A transition bucket by Blake Davison.
Yeah, and give Leo credit. They've really been able to get out and push after defensive rebounds. And I know Southside's competing hard, but obviously Coach Foster not thrilled with their transition defense. Thad, maybe a little too much turkey, a little too much tryptophan for the Archers before the game. Looking a little sleepy out there in transition.
We're all sleepy after Thanksgiving, aren't we? But it's a good start for the Leo Lions, up 35-21. And go ahead and read off the first half statistics for you. Leading scorer for the Lions was Blake Davison with 12 points. I believe he had 2 threes in that first half. Zach Troyer not far behind him with 8. DJ Allen added 7. Jackson McGee, I beg your pardon, it's Jackson McGee, not Caden Miller, who wears number 2, although Caden Miller, a multi-sport athlete at Leo High School. Jackson McGee with 5 points in this one. For Southside, their leading scorer is Austin Jordan. He's got 10 points. Ashton Johnson with 6. Keith King with 3 and Jalen Lattimore with 2. That pretty much rounds out the scoring for the Southside Archers, up 35-21. Well, we wondered how much of an impact the big man would make, and no doubt they've made an impact for Leo, but also this 2-3 zone that they've played on such a consistent basis.
Yeah, they've really clogged things up in the paint, and again, it really prevented Southside from getting into any offensive rhythm. You've seen them try to create some offense with their full court pressure. Again, the turnovers have really been dead ball turnovers, nothing that Southside could really turn into points on the other end. But you're exactly right. That 2-3 zone has been effective, obviously limiting Southside to 21 points. It's keeping Leo out of foul trouble. And with missing 6 varsity players tonight due to COVID protocols, that's obviously going to be a point of emphasis, is to stay out of foul trouble for Coach Cogdale's group.
We'll get one more word from our sponsors at Parkview Sports Medicine before we go any further. Parkview Sports Medicine is the area's largest integrated sports medicine team. They specialize in serving every level of athlete, no matter if they're trying to get better at what they do or recovering from an injury. Our experts coordinate your care in state-of-the-art facilities in our community. To start your journey, visit us at parkviewsportsmedicine.com. And also, don't forget that the Holiday Hoops Basketball Development Camp, hosted by Always 100 Basketball, will take place Monday, December 28th through Thursday, December 21st. So if you want to send your kids to that just before the new year, that'll be a good opportunity for them to work on their basketball skills. Morning sessions will go from 9 to 11 a.m. Evening sessions will go from 4 to 6 p.m. And kids will get to work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defensive drills. You can register online at always100basketball.com. And if you have questions, you can call Always 100 Basketball at 260-446-3251. Of course, Always 100 run by Nard Hollins, a Northside High School graduate and a guy who played professional basketball over in Europe. And he probably wishes he could come here and watch these kids play, because there's some kids that play AAU ball on these teams, particularly at Southside. Austin Jordan, Ashton Johnson, they had some AAU games. I'm not sure if Nard got to come out and watch any of those, but obviously the way it is with COVID, they are not allowing fans to the games at a lot of these schools, including the FWCS district.
Yeah, understandably so, as county numbers and everything we're aware of continues to rise. And obviously the goal is to keep things as safe as possible, prevent spread, but also still give these kids an opportunity to play. And that's what I think the coaches, everyone that I've talked to this year, is just emphasizing as much as they can with their players. Yes, it's strange. Empty bleachers, people can't watch. It's not the exact atmosphere we would desire, we would want. However, we get to play, and that's what the kids want to do. They simply want to play games, want to compete. And again, these guys, because of AAU, as you mentioned, Thad, they know each other. They see each other all summer long, and so they want to get out and compete against each other. And so we're thrilled just to be bringing it to you, and we're thrilled that high school basketball in Indiana can continue.
And in case you missed some of the other games on our Summit City Sports Network, Penn defeated Carroll earlier today, 67-58. Now, that was a doubleheader. That was the girls' game where Penn defeated Carroll, but in the boys' game, it was Carroll who got the better of Penn. And then I believe it was Snyder who knocked off Merrillville in that boys' game over at Snyder High School. Our own Tyler Sorg was there with the call. So a big win for Snyder. They're in a transition period with having a whole bunch of new guys, a whole bunch of players like Dylan Duff, Isaac Farnsworth, lost to graduation. Michael Ely playing great basketball over at Elevation Prep. So they're in a transition period, but a good start for Coach Roush's team.
Yeah, and obviously anytime you can win your first game of the season is a big thing, especially when you have a new roster, a lot of new coaches on the staff for Coach Roush, who's done a tremendous job over there, and since he joined the Snyder basketball program, took it over. And then also just a shout out to Coach Rhodes at Penn High School. Got to coach under him for 1 year and just learned a tremendous amount about the game of basketball. So sounds like they fell today to Carroll, but shout out to Coach Rhodes, Hall of Fame Indiana high school basketball coach.
Well, we will be right back after this break on SummitCitySports.com.
About the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location with people that know what they're doing was really beneficial, and I think that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They were flexible, they were fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in.
Well, we begin the second half with Leo leading by 14. They get the ball to start the second half. And by the way, Carroll's boys basketball team, or at least their head coach, reached a special milestone today. We'll tell you more about that hopefully at our next break. Aiden Rubel, meanwhile, with the ball for the Lions. He's looking down low for Troyer, feeds it back up top. And this is Blake Davison. He was the leading scorer in that first half with 12 points for the Lions.
And this might be a little bit of a matchup 1-2-2 zone by the Archers. Rubel had Troyer there on a slip. Just slipped right through his hands. Maybe a little too much butter, a little too much grease from the turkey on the Troyer hands there.
Maybe too much butter from those dinner rolls if you had them.
Could be my favorite Thanksgiving menu item, Thad, the dinner roll.
How do you choose between what's your favorite Thanksgiving menu item? You got turkey, you got mashed potatoes, rolls, and in some cases corn.
Let the taste buds decide. Nice.
A late pass by Jordan, but they couldn't finish. That was King who put it up off the glass, and you could hardly ask for a better look.
Yeah, and Coach Foster had to have talked about just attacking the paint. You know, the best way, I think, if you're going to get back into this and claw back into this game is you're going to somehow have to get Allen, number 32, and Troyer, number 34, one or the other or both, in foul trouble.
Blocked on the inside. That was King. And here comes Jordan the other way, and he gets fouled by Allen.
But if you can get them in foul trouble, it really changes that zone, helps your team offensively, and also I think changes the Leo team offensively. So you're going to have to attack their bodies as Jordan did right there in transition.
By the way, the milestone at Carroll I was talking about, head coach Marty Beasley picked up his 300th career win today. That's Austin Jordan who hit the free throw. And he hits his second as well. Beasley picked up his 230th win as the head coach at Carroll, that is, when I was there on Wednesday night as the Chargers defeated Norwell, avenging one of their losses from a year ago. A long three by Davison, and it's good. Dialing it up from long range.
And he's got a nice flick. For those of you that know what the shooting machine is called the Noah, he would be a perfect 47 degrees on his Noah shooting form. Nice looking stroke, the senior.
A little fake there by Jordan. His pass swatted by Troyer. And here's Davison the other way. A little slip pass to Groves, and Rubel is there to recover that one. Davison left open again. Why not?
Splash, go the Peaches from Blake Davison. You know that's two in a row. If he hits one more, you know what they call that in bowling?
That would be a turkey.
That would be a turkey in bowling. Here in basketball, we simply call it in fuego. But Davison heating up this Don Reichert gymnasium.
You call it in fuego. You could call it a triple trifecta.
And we mentioned this Leo team is a very good passing team. They don't turn it over much in the half-court set. Give Rubel credit for finding Davison there.
Jordan off the fake, drives to the basket. couldn't hit the floater. Jordan has not been able to get too many of those to go, try as he might. Davison able to get by Wallace, and Wallace fouls him. Wallace, he's just a freshman, but I tell you what, he has played some really good defense. He has been running with these guys left and right. It's just that time ends up committing the foul.
Obviously, he's going to have some tough defensive assignments this year in the SAC, but Davison might be one of his hardest guards all year, as the kid can shoot it. He's crafty with the ball, changes his body pace as he attacks very, very well.
Davison has 20 points for the game. The senior guard making an impact, no doubt.
And again, Dad, we go back to the first quarter. This was 16-13 at the end of the first quarter, and Southside had just missed maybe 7 threes in that quarter. You had thought that it could be close.
That's Johnson who knocks down the triple.
They're going to need more of that if they're going to climb back into this thing. But Leo now has extended it to 20 points.
Groves guarded by Jordan. Here's a baseline drive by Rubel, finds Davison on the outside. Rubel going to fire one, a little bit too strong on the three. And racing down the floor is Jordan, wasting no time at all, but his pass is too high. He was looking for Jerry Thomas, but it was too high and a little behind him.
And one thing they always said, obviously growing up playing, is a great stopping point for guards in transition. If you're not going to get all the way to the rim, is stop at that free throw line area and just give yourself a chance to make good decisions.
They threaded the needle there to Troyer.
And it also allows for spacing in transition if you can stop at that free throw line area.
There's Jordan a little bit short on the three ball. And the Lions will come back the other way. That rebound by Braden Kennedy.
And Leo loves to clear out the side. Just go two-man game, ball screen action. Allows the ball handler to either attack and not use the ball screen or come off of it with a roll. Puts a lot of pressure on the help side defense on the backside. If you are not in tune together as 5 players against that, it can be very difficult to guard.
Well, that is Jackson McGee at the top of the key. He leaves it off to Davison. Davison guarded by Wallace. Spins around, and that's a foul on Wallace. The basket is going to count.
And that's simply the difference between a senior and a freshman, the strength.
Well, Cadell Wallace, who had not committed any fouls in the first half, has now committed 3 in the game, and this free throw is good. By the way, Davison had 12 points at the end of the first half. He's one away from matching that total in the second half. Blocked by Troyer, but put back by Lattimore.
Yeah, Davison just stuffing the stat sheet, dare I say, Thad, like a Thanksgiving bird.
That's Troyer short on the turnaround, and here comes Wallace back down the floor. Wallace wanted to shoot the 3, and now here's Hollister from downtown. That's a little bit too strong. Rubel slows it down. Little underhand pass to Davison for 3.
And there's your turkey. 3 strikes in a row from Davison here in the third quarter. He is a walking inferno.
They've got Hollister posting up down low. A drive to the basket and a foul called on the shot. I believe that was Johnson who was fouled. They call the foul on Jackson McGee.
I thought they were going to give him a couple of free throws. They must have called that on the floor prior to the shot. As Southside going to have it underneath out of bounds here. A little box set as a couple of substitutions in for both teams.
Javante Malone in for Southside, and in for the Lions is Trey Heitshoe.
Let's see if they run Johnson off. A little America's play here for a 3.
For a moment, it looked as though they had the look until McGee closed in. Here's Hollister. All could not get the roll.
And a great move by Hollister. Excellent footwork there as he attacked the longer Troyer there, got into his body, and that's the one thing Southside's going to have to continue to do put the pressure on these officials to blow the whistle.
Well, I tell you what, Southside has had a lot of opportunities when they've driven to the basket around the rim, but by and large just could not get the shots to fall. Hollister goes 1 for 2 on this trip to the line. He's on the board for the first time in this game.
And again, now a little 2-2-1. We saw a 2-1-2 press out of Southside in the first half. This time a little 2-2-1.
Troyer has it knocked away from behind, but that was last touched by Johnson.
And let's see what Leo can do here. They love to have Davison take it out. Keep your eyes on him, as the scorer oftentimes is the inbounder.
Poked away. That's Malone with the steal. 1-on-1 and a foul. The basket counts.
Acrobatic there by Malone. And again, if he can convert this free throw, knock on wood, Southside fans going to have a chance here again to set up that 2-2-1 three-quarter court pressure with 2:30 remaining here in the third.
But he's long on the free throw, and Troyer out climbs Lattimore to get that rebound. McGee off the fake, has it poked away from behind. Kennedy was there to recover. Heitschuh gets around the screen, and he finds McGee. That's Malone guarding him. Davison able to recover. It's good defense by Austin Jordan. McGee has it blocked. Out of bounds off of Malone.
Excellent defense there, Malone. Stuffing the freshman McGee like a turkey.
The high lob to Troyer, and the soft touch.
Now, a lot of teams will take advantage of that cross screen on the underneath out of bounds. Obviously, most defenses are going to switch that, but if you can throw it before they switch it, just throw it up near that basket area, especially if you have a 6'7" player like Troyer, you know, a lot of times get some good action.
Keith King from downtown. Check that, it's Ashton Johnson, I beg your pardon, who hits the three.
Couple of scoring possessions in a row now for Southside, and you're seeing them get some rhythm.
Troyer couldn't finish, and a foul on the floor. Is this going to be on Southside? I think they said white ball. Nope, black ball. They call the foul on Ashton Johnson. That's his first. Well, the Archers were ready to take the ball and run the other way.
Looks like America's play. They're going to run the shooter off the backside. Nice slip there.
Heitschuh with the feed, and that's Troyer who feeds it back outside to McGee.
Well defended. You love how hard Southside's continuing to play down 20, but competing very hard on the defensive end. A little bit of a bailout there, I think.
That was Hollister who was called for the foul. Comes with 1:02 to go, and this will send Trey Heitschuh to the free throw line.
That's a great basketball name, Thad. Last name Heitschuh.
Now he is 6 foot flat, and he was called up from the JV team because of some of those players unavailable for this game, largely because of COVID. Second free throw bounces off the rim, and here comes Johnson the other way. Slips it outside. Inside the final minute of the third quarter, rather. Johnson using the baseline. Able to recover his dribble, almost turned it over. Pulls up just inside the three-point line. That one won't fall, and that's going to be traveling.
And that was a good-looking pull-up. After getting it inside, getting it outside, attacking the closeout. Nice-looking 12-foot pull-up by Johnson. Just couldn't get it to go. But Southside really having some good possessions here.
Jordan wasted little time but couldn't get it to fall. That's Troyer with the rebound, and we've got less than 30 seconds to go in this third quarter. This 2-3 zone defense that Leo has used has played a huge factor in this one. McGee with the step back, no good. Down to 10 seconds to go as Lattimore does get it across the timeline.
I don't know if Malone's aware of the time.
Here's Johnson. Blocked by Troyer, and that is how the quarter will end.
Yeah, Johnson trying to draw a foul there. Give him credit attacking the basket area, but Troyer patrolling. Call him the sheriff of the paint.
We'll be right back after this break for the fourth quarter on SummitCitySports.com. We begin the fourth quarter with Leo leading Southside 54-34. The Archers start out the fourth quarter with the basketball, and Leo continues in this 2-3 zone. And you know the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And they get a turnover right off of it, or do they? That's Jordan who comes up with a loose ball and hits the floater.
And he is good at the floater. It's like a life-preserving device. When he gets in there, able to just float, sink it with confidence.
Troyer sets the screen for Aiden Rubel, and a foul. And it looks like that's going on Javante Malone, or check that, I think that's actually Lattimore.
And there again is that two-man game, the ball screen, empty that side out. And right now, Leo just has, again, their guards are really good decision makers, whether it's Davison, Rubel. When they get Hart back, that's an experienced guard for Coach Cogdale. And so he's got to be thrilled not only with the bigs he has going into this basketball season, coming off of a sectional championship, but the playmaking and the decision-making by his ball handlers.
By the way, over at Snyder tonight, Aiden Lambert and Carson Jenkins each scored 26 points apiece. A couple of guys who got some good minutes off the bench last year. So shout out to them as they begin their career as starters for the Snyder Panthers.
I think I scored 26 once, but it was in a game of 2K. I was on fire.
Oh, Jordan, he was on fire on that shot.
Nice nights for those two over at Snyder.
Little full court pressure here by Southside. That ball's poked away, and it was touched last, I thought, by Leo. And yes, the officials agree.
And I was just going to give Rubel their credit for attacking the middle of the floor as he broke that pressure, but Jordan with the quick hands deflected it off. And don't look now, they get a bucket here. Let's score, stop, score. Just what the Archers need and a chance to set up their press again.
This is Jalen Lattimore off the inbound. He finds Johnson.
King's got to get out of that paint.
They swing it inside. I'm not sure who that was meant for, but it's turned over. Davison comes up with it.
And there's a lot of hands there. That's got to be a bounce or a high Hervey to the top of the forehead.
This is Rubel across the timeline. He's picked up by Ashton Johnson. Rubel using the baseline. Swings it out, and Jordan comes up with a loose ball. Jordan looking to beat the pack. The Euro step, no good, and Allen right over the top for the rebound.
I thought he was going to leave that off to the trailer Lattimore there.
There's a three for Davison. That's short. Rubel recovers. He's going to fire. His shot too strong. Johnson with the board. Finds Jordan. Jordan right back to Johnson. Puts it in.
That time, Jordan made the good decision as Johnson sprinted the floor without the ball. And now a 15-point game.
Just 5:57 and counting to play. Johnson, by the way, with 14 points in this game. Malone getting stingy, trying to get the turnover. They almost got one. Troyer, the behind-the-back pass, and the basket goes.
Usually it's Davidson bringing the sauce to Troyer. That time, Troyer finally picking up the bill, giving Davidson a nice one.
Ball goes out of bounds. Leo takes over. Blake Davison. If he was listening to what we were saying about Carson Jenkins and Aiden Lambert, he would say, I see you're 26, I raise you 28.
And 5.5 minutes to go.
58-41, a full timeout. We will be right back after this break.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Well, let's take a look at our latest Traction AP replay. What a pass this was.
And watch it as Troyer finds the cutting Davison with the behind the back. Boy, it's like going to a potluck with that beautiful dish.
And Leo takes over up 17. As Southside looked like they were making a run, but now the Lions trying to respond. That's taken away by Jordan. Feeds it up the floor, but it goes beyond the reach of Wallace.
And I think with Coach Foster, again, there's still 5 minutes left in this game, so a lot of time for the Archers to climb back into this. But as they go back and look at this game film, they're going to see a lot of competitiveness. They're going to find a lot of good things to talk to your group about. And then just some missed opportunities like that right there, a steal and then a missed lay-in, what could have been a lay-in on this end.
Groves couldn't put it home, and Davison gets the long rebound.
And some of those things you can get away with against, decent teams. But obviously a good quality, experienced team like this Leo squad's not going to let you get away with that.
Groves, the drive, puts it in.
There again, emptying the side with that two-man ball screen game.
Johnson able to answer with a three on the other end.
Well, he's heating it up like a cold garage with a ceiling heater. Eventually it's just heating up that garage. And Johnson's trying to keep his group in it.
Davison, the little turnaround, puts it home. He's not done yet. Give him 30 for the night. The feed inside, they work it around to Jordan. Jordan cut off by DJ Allen. Keith King with the high arcing shot, but couldn't get it to fall. As Rubel comes right back the other way, he's picked up, I believe, by Jordan. Now check that. That's King, number 22. The lob to Troyer. Little toss back to Rubel. And Allen with the finish and one.
And again, the two-man game, they play together so well. The ball screen action wasn't going to work there. The post-up wasn't going to work. So a give, a go, and then the backside help didn't rotate down, and so Allen, the beneficiary of the Rubel dish.
Allen had a big game in Leo's victory over Bishop Luers in that sectional tournament at Garrett. Now they won their sectional championship game against Concordia. I mentioned that Luers team because Luers was the SAC champions. The lob to Allen, couldn't put it in, but the putback is good. That's Troyer. That's 12 points for Zach Troyer. The two bigs have combined for 21 points in this game, both Troyer and Allen. Johnson, one dribble, couldn't get it to fall. Davison back the other way. The Lions look like they might be looking for a transition bucket. That's knocked out of bounds by Malone. It will stay with the Lions.
And again, you see the defensive benefits there of having such tall, long defenders for like Coach Cogdale does. Johnson got to the rim there, but just the presence of Troyer made that shot a little more difficult than maybe Johnson's used to. And Leo's going to be able to do that to almost to every team they play this year, as long as these guys can stay on the court, stay healthy.
Well, I mentioned Leo's game against Luers at sectionals last year. Southside head coach J.J. Foster was once the head boys basketball coach at Luers, took over for the legend himself, James Blackman, now at Marion, a 3-time national champion. And Foster was able to build that Lures program back up. There's a little pickpocket steal by Malone. Johnson going baseline, swings it outside. Wallace for 3. That's his first 3 of his varsity career.
And you'd love to see that. He was able to get one to go. Had a bunch of looks in the first half. Couldn't get him to drop, but keeps his confidence, keeps shooting it. You like that as a shooter.
Troyer, short. Out of bounds, Leo ball. And no doubt this is a Southside program that has experienced a whole lot of success. You think about the fact that this boys team has won 2 state championships. Even some of the recent coaches like Greg Taylor and Ryan Bond have put together some quality seasons on the court here at Don Reichert Gymnasium. Of course, Don Reichert himself was a state champion. Ball is stolen by Jordan. He caught that perfectly, and Malone finishes on the other end. Southside not going away.
And they went from A to B extremely quick there, did Jordan and Malone.
McGee gets it across the timeline, and a timeout is taken by the Lions. With that, we will take a timeout as well. 66-49 here on Summit City Sports.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
66-49, Leo with the lead over Southside. We've got 2:12 to go here at Don Reichert Gymnasium in Fort Wayne, Indiana. McGee on the drive, a little late feed to Landon Livingston.
And you like, if you're Coach Cogdale, that your younger group, your subs here are going to have a chance to get some varsity experience, and you might need that this year with everything COVID-related. You never know who's going to be able and available to play, and so these guys just simply getting in the game in a varsity contest that might go a long way later in the season.
That was a moving screen by Luke Chappelle. I'm not sure if that's any relation to Leo head girls basketball coach Carrie Chappelle.
I believe it is. Her husband's the head softball coach over there, does a tremendous job.
3 ball is good by Johnson. We got a minute and a half to go. Southside has cut it down to a 14-point game, and Johnson has scored 20 points for the Archers. A screen set by Livingston, and a takeaway. That's Johnson trying to beat the pack. He does. Back-to-back buckets by Ashton Johnson. And that ball goes out of bounds. Well, when this game is all said and done, Kerry Cogdell is going to like most of his team's performance, but maybe not the last couple minutes. Johnson left open, couldn't hit that one. Foul on the rebound attempt, and that's going to be on Malone.
And that'll be the 7th, so Leo going to have a chance to walk the other way and shoot one and the bonus. I think McGee's going to be your shooter.
66-54, the Lions lead the Archers, and it is indeed Jackson McGee who goes to the free throw line. Leo has nobody around the paint. And Johnson gets an easy rebound. Wallace was thinking about it, had a defender right on him. This is Jordan, feeds it over to Wallace. A long 3 at short. And wisely letting it go was Trey Heitshoe.
I think Wallace came out of his shoe. Speaking of shoes,
you might be right.
Able to get that back on quickly, but shot a three, came out of your shoe.
Amarion Glover is into the game for Southside. He's a senior. Meanwhile, a lob down the flow for Justin Hicks. That shot would not fall. Here comes Johnson on the run out. Johnson loses the handle, and he was fouled.
You like his hesitation there, right at that area where we talked about it earlier, where you give yourself a chance to make a good decision. Saw what the defense was going to do, continued then his attack, and got a chance now here at 2 free throws. Just 28 seconds left, though, in the fourth quarter.
Looks like Jerry Thomas is ready to check in. And I think he'll get a chance to, as Johnson was able to hit that first free throw. So the Archers do make the score look a little bit more respectable these last few minutes. At one point they were down 23. They're down 10 now. That's 24 points for Ashton Johnson, and it looks like his night is done. Full court pressure. But Leo will get it across the timeline. Here's Hicks. Almost had that one tipped away from him. Poked from behind by Wallace, but chased down by Haichu. The feed inside for Livingston, and he was on the line when he touched it, but there's only 7.1 seconds left.
And again, Coach Foster going to have a lot of positive things to show his team on film as they watch this. And maybe the biggest thing is just the way that they competed. They continue to play extremely hard. You didn't see any drop-off as they got down 20 against a very, very good Leo's team.
Here's Thomas. That's going to be the way this game ends. The Leo Lions come into Don Reichert Gymnasium and knock off the Southside Archers, a final score of 66-56. Now, we'll give Southside a little bit of credit. They made the score look a bit more respectable as the game wore down, but in the end, it's Leo who comes up with a victory, and a big reason for that was their 2-3 zone.
Yeah, and again, maybe this year more than any other year, depending on what coaches are going to be able to get out of a normal week of practice, you never know who might be available, who might not be with COVID protocols. So to have experience coming back on your basketball team, as Coach Cogdale does with this group, is such a huge advantage. I mean, they play so well together. And again, a lot of that goes back to they've been playing varsity basketball now for 3 years. And so looking very, very good, these defending sectional champion Leo Lions.
Well, at the end of each game, we tend to award the Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game. And tonight, I think perhaps most deserving of that award is none other than Mr. Blake Davison, the senior point guard, 30 points total. He put on an absolute show here in Fort Wayne tonight.
He caught fire there. I think it was in the second quarter and then into the third. And obviously the original basket when they invented the game of basketball was a peach basket, and Blake Davison simply knows how to put the peaches in the basket. He was on fire. His teammates continued to find him. And he's also very crafty with the dribble when he gets into the basket area. Played very, very well tonight for the Lions.
Well, the final statistics, Blake Davison with 30 points. He led the way in scoring. Zach Troyer with 14. DJ Allen with 9. Jackson McGee with 5. Aiden Rubel with 4. Leading scorer for the Archers was Ashton Johnson. He scored 24 points in the game. Austin Jordan not far behind him with 17. Jalen Lattimore and Javante Malone with 4 apiece. Cadell Wallace and Keith King with 3 apiece. So that's going to do it from here at Don Reichert Gymnasium in Southside. For Andrew Wiss and my cameraman Deontay Davis, this is Thad Goff saying so long from Summit City Sports here in Fort Wayne. Again, Leo defeats Southside 66-56.
About the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location with people that know what they're doing was really beneficial. And I think that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They were flexible, they were fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City. home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho.